Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna.
Nicola Sturgeon, of course, first minister, a way out. Then they'll start to do it themselves. When the lockdown was renewed, I think there was a sort of And then, of course, we heard the scientists at the press briefing saying, well, we're going to have social distancing until Christmas, but without explaining what that would mean. And I think in a lot of people's minds, they heard, we're going to have to, sorry, I'm not going to do that. You have to give people, as the Labour Party is saying, extraordinarily compliant. But if people are just expecting a rolling lockdown, then they're going to start to lose faith.
Well, what you can't have is a...
Ironic about the policing of parks is that generally people are keeping their distance in parks. You go into a supermarket, there's possible to keep 2 metres in an aisle in a supermarket, which isn't even 2 metres.
But passing it back to older...
I think the idea, well, Dr Hillary, is that whatever happens with... So, after testing positive for coronavirus just over 4 weeks ago, Boris Johnson is back. Our political editor ran. If you're in lockdown, then you're suppressing the transmission. Lockdown, does that mean that the virus continues to spread? There have been suggestions of greater controls for people entering the country. A measure such as a 14-day self-isolation quarantine could form part of the next stage of the government's response, which we understand is the test, track and trace strategy. Nick Dixon said, I think that this particular comment has really wounded him.
But he didn't.
Like you were in Westminster this morning. What sort of a change in approach in the government are we likely to see now, Ranveer, now that the Prime Minister is back in position?
Well, he's coming back.
This idea was suggested at the weekend. Has it been confirmed by the government? Because a lot of people think quarantine, if it comes in now, is a good idea, but some say too late. Tend to make some people very, very happy.
You know what?
Capacity, and I know that the government's inclined now to focus on capacity rather than numbers of testing. And yes, you're absolutely right, 29,000 tests on Saturday. But if you're focused on capacity, how come on Friday your tests ran out?
Well, we've seen that's one of the...
Another way of saying you didn't have enough tests.
Morning Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna.